All right, we are recording. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Welcome. Super excited that this is the kickoff to our amazing 6-week training series titled Breakthrough. I really want to encourage all of you to really believe that a breakthrough can happen if you really make the decision to stay committed, to do the work, and to really apply all that you're going to learn throughout the next 6 weeks. And if you're a brand new coach, I want to welcome you into our family. You're really part of an amazing group of people, and you've come at the right perfect time to be here today at the beginning of our amazing 6-week series. So if you really stay committed through the process and really stay connected to your mentor team and support team, not only will you grow as an individual, but you're going to grow your business and you're going to grow while transforming so many lives. And there'll be no doubt that you will be cruising with so many in this group next March on our amazing international leadership advancement trip. So today we have some amazing leaders who are going to be training you on system checks, starting point, and social media, all of the amazing things to really help us grow in our business. So let's get this party started. First, I really want to bring on the man that is responsible for all of us being here. So if it wasn't for his yes, none of us will be on. So Jamil, my friend, are you there?
I'm here, man. I'm ready to rock and roll. Are you guys ready to rock and roll? You know, as I think about this boot camp, in fact, if you've ever been on another boot camp and it's seriously helped you, it's not just helped your business, but it's really helped you as an individual grow. Put a 2 in the chat group for me, you guys. So, you know, as I was thinking about this boot camp, I think it's a special one because I think it comes at a special time in history as we look at Optavia. I truly believe that we're part of one of the greatest movements and missions in the history of this country. And I'm not just saying that because it sounds good, and I'm not just saying that because I'm trying to pump you guys up or anything like that. I'm saying that because I'm in it. I feel it. I've been watching. I'm conscious of what's going on, and and you can feel it too. And so a lot of you guys are brand new. In fact, if you are a brand new coach and this is the first boot camp you've ever been a part of, put a 3 in the chat group for me. So I want to make you guys some promises. And, you know, a lot of you guys don't know me, but hopefully by the end of the 6 weeks, you'll not just know me, but you'll know a lot of the trainers and the leaders within this family. And because you don't know me, you don't necessarily trust or know if what I'm saying is true, but I've lived it. You know, 6 years ago, I was a brand new coach. As my mom would say, I still had milk behind my ears, right? I was wet behind my ears. I didn't know much. But now I've been to a place to where this has been so much of my heart that I know it. I know it like the back of my hand. I mean, it's one of the easiest things for me, but it's because I've spent so much time studying this. And I could say things like, I truly believe that anyone on this call that wanted to can go out there and build world-class businesses. And I could say that some of you guys are really struggling right now financially, and you don't even want to talk about it. You just want it to be that little scary thing that you just kind of keep inside. And I know for a fact that within the next 6 weeks, within the 6 months, all of that could be different. I know so many of you guys want to pour into people and want them to drastically change their lives. And I could say all those things, and all those things are true, but none of those things matter if we don't stay committed to our own commitment. So this breakthrough boot camp is special because of not because of me or Michelle or Emily Flores is going to be coming on, or Don Maydale. It's special because of you, and we're all here. But the only way it's going to work, you guys, is if we do this together. The only way we're going to have serious breakthrough in this boot camp, and I've done so many of them. So many of you guys have been on either, my March Madness, my August Madness, or different boot camps that we have done. And I know for a fact the only way this is really going to work is if we do this together. We have to be a team. Are you guys okay with being a team? Can I lean on you and then expect that you can lean on me? Put a 3 in the chat group. If that's okay? And maybe I don't even trust myself, and maybe I'm doubting myself, but can I lean on you? And maybe you don't trust yourself, and maybe you're going to doubt yourself, but I'm going to allow you to lean on me. Is that okay? The only way this thing works is if we do this together. So I'm going to encourage you right now, do me a favor, by the end of this month, and write this down for the first thing that you do. Write this down. by the end of this month, how many clients would you love to be supporting by the end of this month? Write that down on your little piece of paper right now. Please write that down. Write down that number. Numbers. Results is the name of the game. You guys got that? How many clients? And I did this with one of our groups the other day. So if you guys are saying, I know what you're doing, you do know what I'm doing. So you have that number. Now I want to ask you, how many new coaches would you love to sponsor and be supporting at the end of this month, August? So if we fast forward 27 days from now, how many would you love to be supporting? You guys got that number? Now, I'm going to ask you something that a lot of people are still fearful around this topic, but I want to ask you guys to break through these mental barriers. I'm going to ask you, by the end of these 6 weeks, how much money would you love to be seeing funnel into your account? What is that number? And we all know, I talk to coaches every single day, and they're scared to say what they want. By the end of this boot camp, no longer is that going to be acceptable. Is that okay? Literally, you're going to start living out loud, and you're going to start confessing and projecting what you actually want. You guys got those numbers? Okay. So what I want you to allow me to do is to stretch you a little bit. So every single number that you wrote down, I want you to double it. Okay? Mary Beth, I'm looking at you. This is me looking directly at you guys. I want you to double it, even if you're brand new. Because this is what I know about you. You think too small. What you believe you're capable of, what I know, you're in a transformational company, you got transformational leaders, and you got a transformational family. We said we can lean on each other, right? So one of the biggest travesties is your belief system about you, because you think too small right now. So what is this boot camp about? It's about you allowing us to stretch you for the next 6 weeks. Are you guys okay with that? If you're okay with allowing us to coach you and allowing us to push you and allowing us to stretch you, please put a 4 in the chat group. Please put a 4. Because I'm asking for permission for us to dive all in and help you break through. Some of you guys are brand new. You don't even know what that means. Just trust me. I love you. We're going to rock this out. But some of you guys have been here for a long time and you've been stuck. And it's time to break through. Some of you guys are right in the middle. You're still toe dipping a little bit. You're scared to dive all the way in. We're going to break through as well. And some of you guys are are ready for massive change, and that's just what we're going to kind of have. So if you're open for us to coach you, then sit back and relax. I got a couple things that I'm going to pass it back to Michelle. So our Breakthrough Bootcamp, what is going to make this phenomenal isn't the Saturday morning calls, even though they're going to be awesome. I'm not just saying that because I'm part of it. I'm saying it because I know it. We've done this so many times. If any of you guys have a goal, we're going to break through that, okay? Some of you guys want to make this trip, this cruise that Michelle's talking about. You are going to make it. If you stay consistent over the next 6 to 8 weeks, I promise you, you're going to make it. There's no way you're not going to make it, okay? Some of you guys, we got so many coaches on the line right now that's FIBC, on the verge to going global, on their path to going FIBL, fully integrated business leader. You guys are going to break through that because the formula is simple. We're going to outline it for you, but there's some things that we need to do. So this boot camp is not these calls. The boot camp is actually our group. Are all of you guys in our group page, our private group? Because what we're going to do in that group page every single day of the week is we're going to give you small trainings that's going to interbe with what we're doing today. So everything that we actually do in the page is where the magic is going to happen. This is where we're going to be family. So I want you guys, if you're not part of that page, to reach out to your support team and to ask them to add you to our private Breakthrough Bootcamp group. That's the first thing. Now, when you're in that group, then I want you to turn on the notifications in that group so that you can see all notifications. Right now, they're on like private. You're not seeing all of them, but I want you to change it so that you can see all of them. Is that cool? Now, the other thing is I want you to interact. I'm trying to, or this is me already starting to coach you. So if you don't interact in the group, it's going to be really easy to go somewhere else. So when we put up a question or a topic, this is your opportunity to be family. I said there's no way this is going to happen if we don't do it together, right? So I'm counting on your feedback so that it can help me break through, and you're counting on my feedback so it can help you, right? It's called the law of reciprocity. If you give, you shall what? Receive. So don't just be a receiver. I want to receive all these blessings. I want to receive all this energy and not give. It's not going to work that way. And so if you have the desire to go all in, then be committed to your own commitments for the next 6 weeks. Don's going to talk about being a slave to your calendar, but put this training as a rock in your calendar so that you're not missing it. And if you do miss it, how dare you? Just kidding. But if you do miss it, watch the playback within 24 hours. But I promise you, if you stay focused for the next 6 weeks, we are going to break through. So Michelle, turn it back to you.
I love it, Jamil. You know how to bring the fire. Awesome, guys. So you guys ready? I'm ready to do this? All right. So first off, most of you know system checks are a really important part of our business. And it's the way that we need to get good at. We really want to get good at system checks to move forward in our business. So there really is no one better than Global Director Emily Flores to go over this. So Emily, if you are there, take it away, my friend.
I am. Thank you so much. Let me get to sharing. And we will kick this off. So, there we go. I always have to double check on my phone that everything looks okay. Okay, good morning, you guys. How are you? I'm so happy to be here this morning with you. And systems check are kind of my favorite, and it might be because I'm someone who is pretty organized. I think if you know me, you'd know I'm relatively organized. And as my business has grown, so has my organizational skills. So it's kind of a growing process where you'll hit a stride and then things will grow and you'll have to hit a new stride, and that's okay. And that's part of what we do. But what exactly is this boot camp about? It's about breaking through, right? So breaking through some of the discomfort and areas where you might desperately need to grow a little bit. And for those of you who are already structured, organized people, the stuff I talk about next may be no big deal for you. You might be like, oh yeah, check. Like I'm doing all this stuff. But guess what, guys? You're going to coach non-structured people, believe it or not, right? And just because your brain thinks structurally doesn't mean that the coaches you work with will. So this isn't just about what we can do. It's more about what we can teach. And so that's what I want you to be thinking of as you're watching this, not necessarily like, oh, I got this, I'm fine. But maybe this is a good way to kind of teach your team. So here's the thing. You can totally make it to a certain rank and still be somewhat messy in structure. We've all kind of seen it, but you will hit a wall. It will be like banging your head over and over and over. And when your organization can't outgrow where you're at, they'll either grow around you or they'll stop growing at all. So it's incredibly important to embrace structure so that people will want to be led by you, because there are some people that really crave structure. So we got to kind of figure that out. All right, so some of you might recognize this picture here. This is the entire Fraser organization that was at convention. You can see my team in the upper right corner. We were totally present for the picture, sitting quietly in the back. We were kind of dressed down for formal night, but we were there. That's a joke, guys. We weren't there, but I made it like we were. Get it? So this is probably, I mean, when you look at this, like there are a lot of you that probably would love to have an organization this size, right? Or imagine if this was even just like a small sliver of your business. That is crazy. So in order to do this, you're going to have to be incredibly structured and able to duplicate your business over and over and over and over again in a way that does not feel forced. Because as leaders, we don't tell people what to do, right? We have to awaken them. We encourage them. We ask them to embrace the system and structure that we're suggesting and ask them to follow it alongside of us, not behind us. So these are not our employees. These are our closest friends. These are our family. We need to understand what an honor it is that they're allowing us to work with them. So if in your mind, you're envisioning helping massive amounts of people and helping them help massive amounts of people, we really need to, we just need to fall in love with structure. And once you're organized, you will be calm. This isn't one of those things where you need to be calm to be organized. You just need to be organized. All right, so let's confirm the systems a bit. First off is we want to make sure we have a health assessment for every single person that we've spoken to. So if you are looking around your work area right now and there's like sticky notes and scrap paper, when this call's over, I highly encourage you to print out some of those bad boys, AKA our health assessment, and really get all of that scribble onto paper. And everyone's a little different with how they do their notes. For me, it feels a little cramped, and so most of these pieces aren't big enough for me to write. So I write a lot on the back as they're sharing, and that's okay too. But I do follow and ask the questions, obviously, on the health assessment. And if you are the sponsor coach doing this for a brand new coach, you're going to want to follow this and not just go off the top of your head, even if that's what you do when you normally do a health assessment, because we need to remember duplication, right? So you want to take good notes. Because you know what, if you are just asking a bunch of questions and posturing this like a really great weight loss program, you will never build an organization like the one I just showed you. So I just want to ask you to do the health assessment like you're the person on the other line. So if they do say yes, you're placing that health assessment in the next folder in your binder so that they can start really strong when the program arrives. And for those who are a not yet, and remember that's all that it is, it's never a no, because at some point, I mean, those of us who've been around can all attest to the fact that everybody comes around at some point. We just don't know when. So those people are going to want to stay in your follow-up binder. And just make sure that you have all these health assessments safe and in one place, because nothing feels worse than losing track of a health assessment. And you have, listened and done the work, and you have all this information about somebody that they were willing to share with you. It's important. And so we want to make sure that we know where all of those are and that they're in one place. All right. So I want to encourage you guys to really go pro. So when you are doing your health assessments, I want you to be present, focused, there to learn what's important to this person, and just have really pure intentions. So we don't want to cheapen our offer by saying, oh yeah, I can help you lose 20 pounds, and then not mention a healthy mind, healthy finances, maybe joining our coaching community. Obviously, being a part of our client community is huge. So we want to really lead with our habits of health system, because these are things that will matter in the long run. And, just over time, I've seen a lot of people really grow their frontline quickly. And then I've watched it crumble. And that's because they were unwilling to really have a trilogy mindset. And they thought they were really great salespeople. But their heart wasn't in the right spot. And as a result, their success didn't really last. And so I really love these quotes about professionalism, because professionalism is a frame of mind. I still get to be myself in this business, thank God. And if you know me, that means cracking jokes and being silly and all that good stuff that makes me who I am. But when I show up for a potential client, I'm showing up as a professional. So it's quiet in my background, as quiet as possible with 2 children. I'm focused on them. I'm not scrolling on my phone while they're talking, because this person's journey matters to me. So I just really encourage you guys to really show up for people. Okay, so the why before the how. We really want to focus on that always, because we already know the how. Like we get it. We know how we're going to be able to help this person, but we don't honestly spend that much time there, because the majority of the call is very focused on the why and getting connected to really what's driving them to even get on the phone with you in the first place. So, this shows that we're concerned, that we're professional, and we have an amazing model that's already been set up for us. So people can't really help but feel cared about if you're doing a quality health assessment with them. and just really tap into their, intrinsic motivation so that you don't get just those kind of dieters who are ready to throw a credit card because that's just what they do. We offer predictable transformations. Like, we all get that by now. But if we don't have a really good dialed in reason for this person, it's going to make it incredibly difficult to assist them to make good choices when times get tough. And it's going to be just pretty hard to help them in the long run. So back in the day when I started, we individually picked and customized because we had our favorites, and we thought that honestly a lot of this was about the food. And in the past few years, our team has really listened to leadership suggestion, who said, hey, you know what, if you pick the variety kit, 99% of people will be fine with it. It was difficult, including for myself, to let this go. But when I realized, like, wait a minute, the entire Miller organization, the Woods, the Valentines, they're all doing this. I was like, well, why do I think I know better? Obviously these people are really successful, and I was smarter than to think I could reinvent the wheel. And you can literally time it, guys. Watch, put in the chat right now how many minutes it takes you to place an order when you pick the kit. Exactly. 4 to 5. That was exactly what I was going to say, 4 to 5 minutes, right? Now, to hand pick or personalize, you don't even need to say. You're looking at more like 20 to 30, sometimes 45. It's just not a wise way to spend your time at all. There's a ton of people out there who need your help, and this is not the way that they need your help. So please keep that in mind. And, for myself, over like 2,000 clients later, I am ordering this kit 99% of the time. And remember, you are placing that first order for them as a courtesy, as like their personal concierge. So whether it's a nursing mom, a diabetic, et cetera, unless they have a really big special need around diet, I don't need to do anything customized. And this is it's an incredibly simple skill to teach my new coaches, right? So it's quick, it's easy, it's fun, it takes 4 minutes. And then they realize early on that coaching is a lot simpler and less time consuming than they thought. So that's the deal with the Essential Kit. Thank you guys so much for letting me systems check with you. And I look forward to spending my next 5 more Saturdays with you guys.
I love it. I mean, that was absolutely beautiful. It really down to the point of exactly what needs to be done. And if you're brand new, that's okay. Your mentor is really going to help you with these too. You really want to make sure that you get really good at systems checks. As like Emily was saying, everything you do is going to be a duplication onto your own business. And so when you start bringing on your own coaching partners, you know exactly what you're going to be doing, and it's going to go down the line. Well, cool, you guys. So next, I would love to bring on an amazing coach. You guys, this man really brings the fire every single time that he speaks. He's brought on so many coaching partners within the last few months, and he's really leading them strong. So I love to bring on Mr. Don Maydell to go over simple system and starting point. Don, are you there?
I am. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. Take it away.
All right. Thanks, everybody. So my name is Donald Maydell. I am a certified health coach with Optavia. And I'm just so honored to be on this mission, to be part of this team, to be part of this group. It's just really an amazing opportunity. I never even thought for a second that this would be what I would be doing at this point in my life. But truly honored to be on it. I had an opportunity to meet Dr. Anderson and really hear his heart, feel his heart for what he's trying to accomplish. I mean, he's really just an amazing man. I get to meet his incredible wife, Lori. And I'm just so honored. So welcome to the best decision you've ever made, being a health coach with Optavia. And you might be out there thinking, yeah, but now what? You might be nervous. You might be excited. You probably have all kinds of different things going through your mind. And so you're thinking, how do I succeed? How do I become a health coach? And so my first qualification as a health coach was I got really unhealthy. And so when I did this program, when I went on this journey, I lost over 75 pounds in about 4.5 months. But it wasn't really so much about what I lost as much as it was about what I gained. The things that changed my life as a result of getting healthy have been incredible. And so I just want to touch base on a few keys to my success. So I'm going to share my screen here, and let's see if we can get you there too. So everybody see my screen okay? So the first key to your success is your business coach. This is a person that's been doing this They're going to mentor you. They're going to be there to show you how they did it. They're going to point you in the right direction. They're going to give you what you need training when you need it. On-time training, that's what we do. And so the first thing you have to have in order to be a successful business coach with Optavia or a successful health coach is you have to have a heart to help people. You want to help, you got to love people and want to help people and make a difference in their lives. And when I became a health coach, I realized that was something that was really missing in my life. I'm a recovering drug addict and alcoholic. I've got 20 years of sobriety. And when I first got sober, one of the greatest gifts I had was transforming lives and helping other people to achieve sobriety. So when I got healthy, one of the greatest gifts I realized was when I got to reach back and help someone else achieve that health and pour into other people. And the beauty of what we have, like Emily said, we just have a proven system. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. You don't need to add spokes to the wheel. You don't need to color the wheel. You don't need to change the shape of the wheel. It's in place. So just follow the system. The bottom line is do the work. I touch my business every single day, and I absolutely love it. And no matter what, I do it anyway. And that's why I wear this on my wrist to remind me to do it anyway every day. So one of the things you're going to need is you're going to have rocks in your calendar. And so one of the rocks is Monday nights. You get to jump on a call with Dr. Anderson and some of the top leaders in this company. They're going to tell you about how they did it and give you tips and pointers. Obviously, like Jamil said, you want this Saturday morning breakthrough boot camp in your calendar. And so you really do need to live in structure if you want to be successful in this business, because most of us have never run a home-based business, because you're going to run this from your home. And it's been a real challenge for me because I've always been the 9-to-5 guy. Daddy went and left to go to work. And so now I'm at home doing this. And so I have to really live in structure. So you're going to be, like Jamil said, you're going to be a slave to your calendar. And so this is just an example. If you don't have a calendar that you're working with, you need to get that up. Google Calendar is what I use. I share it with my wife so she sees everything that I do. You really need to live in balance. There's going to be more rocks in your calendar as you start to get more involved in this. And so really put that in place and make sure you stay on track with that. It's going to be really helpful for you. The next thing is, what's available to you as a health coach with Optavia? What can you achieve financially? Because, yeah, of course we want to help people. That's why I got into this. My first client was my mother. I helped her lose 30 pounds, get off of 2 medications, helped my wife lose over 40 pounds. And so I wanted to do that. But this is what the path to coaching and what's possible for you. In your first month, your goal is to hit 5 coaches or 5 clients and become senior coach. You're really focusing on 7 to 8, but if you do that, you're going to make $500 to $800 that first month. Then after that, the next goal is executive director. And you should be able to hit that pretty easily if you just stay in structure in the first 2 to 4 months. As an executive director, you can do it a couple of ways. I did it through all frontline volume. I had about 17 or 18 clients and became an executive director. But the real goal is to do it through a blended path. And you have 15 to 25 clients and bring on 1 to 3 coaches. Because we all know about 1 in every 4 to 5 clients will become a coach. And so you can make $2,000 to $4,000 as an executive director. After that, the next goal, I'm going to move on to regional director and fully integrated business coach. That's in the first 4 to 8 months, and your income is going to be around $3,000 to $6,000. After that, in the first year and a half, we're moving on to integrated national director and building on the global director, where we can earn $6,000 to $10,000. And in the first 2 to 4 years, you can move to global director and beyond and be making $10,000 to $45,000. Now, remember, these are monthly incomes. This is not like I made $10,000 being a health coach this year. This is every single month. Now, I don't know how many of you have gotten a $10,000 a month raise in the first 2 years of your job, but I know that wasn't my story. And so how do we do this? How do we get there? We want to get the word out. So we use Facebook to show others what's possible. I absolutely live every day out loud on Facebook, and I share what's happened with me. And all I do is say, look, if you want it to happen for you, I'd love to help you on that journey. So you start sharing your story and other people's story on Facebook. And try to awaken in people what's possible with this amazing organization. And so the number one goal as we start to share this is to take it to the phone, okay? We never want to just give out the website, because if we give out the website, then they're just going to go have a conversation with the website, and we're not going to build that relationship. What we want to do is build relationships and cultivate trust with people. So when people are going to say, what are you doing? It's really simple. All you have to say is, look, I'm just a new health coach. I'm just learning this, but wow, I have an amazing coach, and I would just love for you to get on the phone with him or her, and, you know, together we'll talk and see if this program's a good fit for you. That's all you need to do, nothing else, and set up that time. Say, you know what, I have some time tomorrow between 10 and 12. Does that work for you? Great, and get that set up. And so you're going to invite them to that three-way conversation. Here's another way to invite someone to a three-way conversation. And this is what you should be doing as a new health coach, is probably one of the first homework that they gave you was to write down a list of people that were on your heart, people that you care and love, family members, good friends. And all you're going to do is send them out this text or give them a call and just say, hey, I was wondering if you could do me a favor. You may or may not know that I've lost quite a bit of weight recently. I've decided to pay it forward and become a health coach. One of my next steps in training is to listen to my coach explain the program to 3 different people in the next 7 days. Would you be willing to be one of my 3 training calls just so I can hear how my coach explains it? I totally appreciate your help. Let me know if you can give us 20 minutes of your time the next week. Hope you're doing awesome. It's just that simple. And you don't need to change this. Just send this out. One of my coaches started a couple days ago. She sent this out. We've got 5 calls scheduled, and we've already done 4 of them. And, you know, she's probably going to have 3 clients and a coach out of those 4 calls. And none of them, they were all training calls. So just get the word out and start inviting people. The other thing is, now once we get into this health assessment, what's our goal? Our goal is AIM, right? To awaken intrinsic motivation. That's what we want to do. We want to build that relationship and cultivate trust. And so we really want to, this is kind of our goal here. You know, what are you looking to accomplish with your health? What kind of changes are you looking to make? Is it healthier habits? Did you want to lose some weight? Did you want to gain some weight? You know, where are you at with your health? And, you know, why you want to get healthy? Why now? What's making this a priority now? And then, you know, we want to start to get them to think, you know, when was the last time you were there? I don't know how many people tell me, gosh, it's been like 20 years since I've been there where I want to be. And so when they start to tell you it's been that long, well, wow, how would that affect the lives of those around you and the people that you love? You know, for me, I'm, 51 years old. I had a 10-year-old daughter. And I realized I just wasn't giving my family the best of my life because I wasn't giving them the best version of me. And so, this journey affected not only me, but all of the lives of the people around me. It's had a huge impact on my wife, my daughters, everything. And so then you start to say, well, gosh, what would success look like for you? Because the whole goal of this is to show them that you care. That's why we spend so much time on the why and very little on the how. Because we know this works. There's nobody on the planet that's going to tell me this program doesn't work. I lost 75 pounds in 4.5 months. If you do it, it works. So, what does that success look like for you when you get to your goal? Because we're going to get you to the goal. Like Emily said, we have predictable transformations. It's going to happen. So, and then we want to just find out kind of what a typical day looks like in their life so we can tell them how this program can affect those areas. If they're struggling with sleep, we can help them sleep better. If they're not hydrating themselves enough, we're going to help them learn how to hydrate themselves, all of those things. So that's our goal, is to really awaken that intrinsic motivation inside that person. So who do we invite? We invite everybody. You want to really invite 10 to 20 people, those people you identified on that list. You're going to do it via text or phone call within the next 24 hours. You want to do at least three-way conversations with your coach in the next 3 days, because that's our goal, right? Is to transfer those skills, to help you learn to do what we're doing. And after each call, you want to debrief with your coach. You want to talk about, what you liked about the call, how you thought it went. I remember debriefing with my coach the other day and stuff. She was just like, oh my gosh, that was amazing. That went great. Because we were just on training calls, right? These people weren't interested in the program. And she did one with her dad, and her dad signed up for the program. So her first client is her father, just like my first client was my mother. And, to be able to impact the people that you love so much and change their life, because you're going to change lives. You're going to transform lives. You're going to change people's worlds. That's what we do. It's amazing what we get to do. And so the best part about it is you get to start a client anytime, anywhere. I take this OptiVia binder with me everywhere I go. And some of you may see me last week. I was on the beach doing a training. I did a health assessment on the beach. It was awesome. One of my new coaches and her sister, and it's like, wait a minute, you're doing this from the beach? I want to do something like that. And you start to awaken things in people that they never thought possible, because this program changes our reality. Things I thought were unrealistic have become realities. Things I thought were impossible, totally possibilities, because impossible is not a word. It's just an excuse not to try. So you really want to be social on social media. You want to reach out to people. You want to show them what's possible. You want to start conversations, authentic conversations. And always, always go back to your coach. Utilize him and Coach Answers for guidance and how to do this thing. Because, I'm thinking most of you probably never been a health coach before. And so don't worry about it. Don't be nervous. Get rid of fear. Fear is just false evidence appearing real. It's just us projecting what might happen or could happen or what may never happen. So get out of your own way. Let go of fear. Don't be a slave to fear. Share this boldly and with complete abandon with everybody that you talk to, and you watch how you start to change the world. Thanks, everybody.
Wow, Don, you just brought the fire. That's so incredible. You really just gave away the key to success. Like Don said, live in structure, you guys. It's not always going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. You can have whatever you want from this, and you can really achieve it, but just stay in structure and do the work. So I'm going to bring it back over to Jamil. Take it away.
Michelle, I love when we get Don on, because you and I could just sit back and relax and just let him take it out. Don, you should have just taken the whole thing, man. We would have been fired up about it. No, but what Don's talking about and what Emily's talking about is one of the things that really makes me fall in love with this business that we have now. Because you as a new coach, some of you guys are middle of the road. Some of you guys have been here for a long time, as we were suggesting before. And oftentimes in our lives, we can have these deep desires, like we want to get these things done in our lives, but we don't really know how to. And what I love about what we have is we have a system, and it is simple if we will allow ourselves to follow it. So am I the only one? Just blink at me, or in fact, put a 7 in the chat room. Am I the only one that's ever gotten in my own way and literally will not follow a simple system that's been shown to me? So I want to show you guys something really fast, because I see a lot of 7s, man. You guys are just as jacked up as I am. So I want to show you guys this because this is important, and I think it will be a good visual for us, okay? So can you guys see this? What is this? Put in the chat group. What is this thing right here? What do we call this? We call it a car, right? But we only call it a car because we call it a car. It's a formation of all of these intricate systems that run together to make this car move. Because if the engine is great, but the fuel system is out, we're going to have what? Problems. If the cooling system is awesome, but the suspension is totally off, we're going to have accidents. If the transmission is great, but our engine doesn't work very well, we're going to have complications. So the thing that makes a car really run is all of these systems individually coming together to work as one. Does this make sense? And I really want you guys to understand this, because what you have is a complete system. The 5-in-1 is a complete system. What we're going to be showing you over the next 6 weeks is a complete system. The problem is, the challenge is, the discrepancy is, what coaches like to do is they like to take little bits and pieces that actually feel comfortable. So that'd be like the engine trying to work on its own, because the engine's very comfortable by itself. That doesn't scare it, right? The fuel system trying to work on its own, or we're only going to work on a fuel system today because I'm not intimidated by it. Or you know what? I'm really going to work on the wheels and brakes because that's easy for me, but I'm going to completely not pay attention to all the other systems. So what we're going to show you over the next 6 weeks is what we call a complete system, but it doesn't work if you just pick bits and pieces that actually feel comfortable to you. You are going to be frustrated. You are going to leave this boot camp after about week 3 because you don't think that it works. You're literally going to give up a multi-million-dollar business and just keep dipping your toe in the water instead of submerging your whole self because you don't think that it works. Where this car does run at an optimal level, but only if you do everything together. Does this make sense? So what Michelle's going to go through right now, did I stop my screen share? What Michelle's going to go through is she's really going to show you what this system looks like as we start to put it together. So over the next 6 weeks, we're going to take this engine, we're going to show you how it mixes with the cooling system, the hydration system, the brakes and everything. And at the end, we're going to have it all together so that you have a world-class business. And what does a world-class business really mean? Does it mean that you're earning $15,000 a month? Maybe. Does it mean that you get to stay home with the kids? Maybe. Does it mean that you could be soaking your feet in the Pacific Ocean while doing calls like Don? Maybe. But really what it means is there's other real people, real lives, human beings, Jamil Frazier's, the Emily's, the everyone else that's on here that gets to transform because you decided not to take what's easy. Well, I'm going to do this because it's easy for me. I'm going to do that because it doesn't stretch me. No. If our clients do that, just answer me this. Let's just use our brains for a second. If we put a client on a 5-in-1, which is a system, by the way, we know for a fact that this thing works. Is there anyone that doesn't believe that our 5-in-1 works? Anyone? 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 I want to find one person that can tell me that thing doesn't work. I know if I take any single person that has motivation and actually follows this thing the way that we say to follow it, it works, doesn't it? That's a system. But what if they decide, I'm going to do a 5, 8, and 12. Or I'm just going to eat just a couple of these things. Or you know what? Today, I might get in 8 ounces of water. No big deal. Or I'm not going to focus on this whole sleep thing. I don't know that system. I can't tell a client, look, you're going to have these results because I don't know what they're doing. Just like if you tell me right now you want to go support 40 clients a month, I say, I know exactly how to show you. If you say, I want to start sponsoring 4 coaches a month, I say, I know exactly how to show you. If you tell me right now, I want to start earning, like Don said, $10,000 a month, I know for a fact that that's 10 months away if you follow the system. But if you keep picking and choosing what you actually want to do, I don't know that system and I don't know if it works. And history tells me it doesn't work and you're going to be frustrated. So what Michelle's going to go into, she's going to start to show you the beginnings of this system. How do we go out there and start sharing the most important thing that we have, which is our story? How do we actually start interfacing with people? How do we start living out loud? How do we get people interested? How do we inspire people to say, what are you doing? How do we help people break through and break out of their shells to actually stop just scrolling mindlessly on these social media points and actually start to have authenticity and actually start to have intentionality? How do we do these things? How do we start to build a massive organization of clients? How do we take you from a brand new coach to senior coach to blended executive director, from blended executive director to FIBC on into global so that we can move into fully integrated business leader? What I'm telling you is if we focus, if we're intentional, if we actually do the work and do it anyway and follow these simple systems and not just make up whatever we want to do, what I'm telling you is that is within 24 months, all those steps that I just said, and that's your path to freedom. So Michelle, you want to dive into this and really take it away and start to show us how do we live out loud and really share our stories?
Absolutely. So this is one of my favorite topics to go over, is really the power of social media, because you guys, social media is one of the biggest tools we have into growing our business. And it's about sharing your story, like Jamil said, and living out loud with purpose and with intention. So the 3 words you want to write down is live out loud, because that's something that is going to be the most powerful way to share your story. So I know there are a lot of new coaches on the line right now who don't know what 3, 3, and 3 is. And so, and there are, many seasoned coaches that know exactly what it is. So, I'm going to start with the 3, 3, and 3. This is really living about structure, like everyone's been mentioning. And the best way to live in structure is to do the 3, 3, and 3. So really what it is the tool. I always say the 3, 3, and 3 is the tool that we're going to use to build our business and really get the word out there. No one really knows what it is that you're doing. And I always like to say this, is people don't know about Optavia. They don't know who Dr. A is, but they know you and they see your story, and that is what speaks to them. And so it's really about branding yourself as a health coach, and there's no way better to do it than really using social media to the max. So what is 3, 3, and 3? So what it means is you're going to be posting 3 times a day. You're going to be adding 3 friends a day, and you're going to be starting 3 conversations a day. And why do we do this? It's really because structure determines our behavior. And you guys, we are in the people business. We are in that relationship building business. We're hope dealers, and we really do offer hope to people. And the way that by which most people are communicating these days is through social media. So you really want to be intentional with what you do post. You want to be able to really just do this every single day with no excuses, and I really want to throw this out there because it is a myth that there is no time to do it, because you guys, there is time. A lot of us, start off our day with scrolling through social media. And that's one thing that you need to stop doing, is stop being a scroller and start being intentional. Stop being really addicted to living other people's lives and really become structured into living your own. It really just takes 30 minutes a day. Less than that probably. Set a timer, do a morning, night, noon. You really want to set those timers on your phone and be intentional with what you're posting. Something that I love to share with all of my coaches who say they don't have time. I know everyone has the time. And so, as soon as you wake up, first thing you do after you make your breakfast and you're sitting down eating your breakfast is go on your phone and literally add a friend, start a conversation, and post a before and after picture. We always say you always want to start with the before and after picture, because many people are watching you and they see, your transformation, but they may not relate to you or your story. And so it's always great to really post so much diversity out there as far as before and after pictures, because there's going to be a time where they're still watching you. They haven't approached you yet. They haven't reached out yet. They haven't liked yet. But boom, they see a before and after picture of someone else and their story completely touched their heart. And they know, okay, like this I resonated with. I need to reach out and see what it is that they're doing. So you really want to be diverse in your before and after pictures. So that what I just explained took less than 10 minutes. Adding a friend, starting a conversation, and posting. Boom, morning's done. Now noontime, same kind of thing, sitting down for your lunch, or you just made your kids lunch and you have a few minutes to spare. Get on your phone, get on your computer and do the same exact thing. It takes no time, you guys. And, doing that 3 times a day, makes a huge difference in your business. As you're keeping your Facebook alive and keeping all of that going, we always talk about the algorithms on Facebook, and we always talk about how that's changing. The only way for that to change is for you to be engaging in other people's posts, for you to really go and, not only just add a friend, but, go comment on something, go, like a picture, starting those conversations. All of that is going to change the algorithm, and your Facebook isn't dead anymore. Now your Facebook is now all of a sudden popping up in other people's notifications. They're seeing all of your stuff. So you've got to be intentional with what you're posting, and you really got to be intentional with what you're doing as far as reaching out. So many of you may be asking, well, what do I need to post? Well, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys, and I will show you what you want to post. All right. All right. Can you give me a thumbs up if you see this? Cool. Okay, guys. So before and after pictures, like I was mentioning, you really want to be diverse in everything that you're posting. Women, men, teens, nursing moms. I mean, you name it, post everything. Something that I love to do, especially going with you to events, is I love to get pictures with every single person, people that are not even our organization, but in our coaching family, because all of Optavia is one big family. And so then I go back and I get their story and I see, okay, how much have they lost? I get there before and boom, that speaks such amazing powerness, because a lot of people may be looking like, okay, they can't be real. I know we've had that before in the past. We all know the Carol Hip story. That girl's not real. And it's the same kind of thing. And so, something that I love to do. I love to be diverse in that. And even, with friends, we have so many friends and family that we have helped personally. So, that's something that you can also do as well. And even friends that have gone through this program, posting a picture and making it fun. I love to be so diverse. Yes, I post just before and after pictures, but then I also do before and after pictures and make it fun. And even of yourself, it doesn't matter how long ago you've lost your weight. It's been 2 years since Josh and I have gone through this program and lost our weight. And you can see in June 28th, I still posted it, and I made it fun, and I wanted to offer, wellness credit towards someone who's ready to order. So really be diverse, make it fun in your before and after pictures. And you will see a big powerfulness in everything that you do with that. Okay, so health posts with intention. So aside from your before and after picture, you want to post 2 more times a day, right? So something that I love to post is, even health posts, but with the intention of what it is that I'm doing. In this first picture, just saying like, it took 2 people for me and Josh to say yes, and it became that ripple effect that has helped 1,600 people, over 1,600 people now say yes to health. And so that's something that I want to showcase and live out loud and tell my friends that because it was just us 2 that decided to get healthy, look at that ripple effect, 1,600 people that decided that it's time to get ready or to get ready to get healthy. And so, and I give the intention, like if they're looking for this, it's okay to, end your post with the question, who's looking to get healthy? Who's looking to do this? Even with Jamil, same kind of thing in the middle. He shared his story of, where he was and how he started this, but what has given his family as far as what a simple yes to health portrayed into his family's life. And then even the last one is same kind of thing is, it was our 2nd year health anniversary together of how much we've lost. Now we're helping other people. So as you can see, this is the intention of, yes, we said yes to health, but look how much more this has given us to help other people. So if you do this with intention and post everything with intention, you'll start to see a really diverse the diversity in your posts all day long, that it's not just the before and after pictures, but what that before and after picture really represents. Okay, you guys, post the blessings that coaching has given you. It's okay to do that. You're not bragging. You're really just sharing your heart, and you're sharing this because so many people are looking for it. So it's okay to post the blessings that coaching has really given to you. Like for example, my middle picture, if it wasn't for coaching, I wouldn't have been able to get my dream car. It's okay to share that. You're not branding or you're not bragging to people, that you're doing this because of this, because of this. You're really just sharing your heart and just sharing the blessings because so many people are looking for it. Even in this last picture is, the blessing of being able to work from home and work with Josh and work full time together. And I know it's crazy, but we love it. And it's the fact that, we're growing together from doing this. And to us, that is a blessing that you're growing with your partner. You're able to be, at home with them more, and you're growing together. And you guys, it's okay to talk about money because money just, represents success, and it represents people that, that really are looking for more out there, and people that are looking to be successful. There's so many people, even like we say, do not prejudge anyone. There are people out there that are super successful, but guess what? Everyone always wants more money, or it's what money represents, time freedom. And so it's okay to be bold and go out there and showcase the blessings that coaching has given you. And if you're a brand new coach and you haven't, seen any blessings yet, or you haven't, kind of seen that yet, that's okay. In time, you'll get there too. And then post what freedom. You guys, this is my favorite, is posting the freedom that coaching has given to me, with hashtags. My favorite hashtag, the freedom life, because that's exactly what we're living. And like I said, it's okay to showcase everything that coaching has given you, including the freedom, whether you're going on trips, something as simple as the perks of working your home from, or working your business from home, being able to go to the grocery store and clean your house and do laundry, because a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people look for those freedoms to be able to be home and do everything rather than go to work every single day. So post the freedoms of your life, whether, like I said, going traveling, spending time with your kids, doing these little things, because it doesn't have to be all extravagant. It doesn't have to be about, traveling the world and doing this. Just something as simple as getting to stay home and go grocery shopping, or taking their kid to school. Those are what's considered freedom. And inspiration and encouragement to dream big. This is something that we do. We offer hope to people, and we offer, encouragement to people to really dream big, because that's what coaching has brought so many of us. And so a lot of people are really negative out there, because of the life that they're living. And so don't be that other negative Nancy that's out there. Don't be that person that is constantly being negative on their Facebook or complaining, like drives nuts. And so those people just are really not living a happy life. And so why would you want to be one of those people too? Those people that I see that are constantly, nagging on Facebook or being, negative, it doesn't make me want to, go go on their page and let me check their page out. But if you're offering hope to people and you're being an inspiration to so many others, you best believe people are going to want to go check out your page. So, really something as simple as this is, really going to call a lot of people out that are going to look like that positive person. Like we say, we are branding ourselves as health coach. We're branding ourselves as hope dealers and world changers. And so you really want to inspire other people to be good too. And I wanted to add this in because many of you are brand new coaches and you may not experience the freedoms yet or the blessings yet, but you guys, you can post anything. Something as I murdered fat for a living. I saw that. I loved it. I had to post it. Healthy recipes. It's honestly one of the best ways because people can actually see like, oh, they're eating this good and losing weight. Okay, I got to know what they're doing. Something as engagement. I love posting pictures or even posts that get people to engage because look at all of these likes. These are the people that I'm going to reach out to, that I'm going to start conversations with. And then I'm just going to keep, running that list down of all the people that are liking my stuff, commenting my stuff, and really make it a purpose to engage with them. So something as simple as, hey, help me choose a dress, A or B, 85 comments of people, giving me their inputs. So, these are different things that you can do. Post about your kids, about your family. Everyone loves to see family and cute kids on your Facebook. So post about just going to the store or playing outside with your kid. Those are freedoms too, being able to be outside and be with your kids because some people don't get those freedoms because they're at work all day long. And now how we take it to the phone. So many people are going to be asking you, what are you doing? How much does it cost? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing as messages? You guys, I can recommend this 100%. Take it to the phone and learn from me because that's something that I actually didn't do at the beginning. And I'll tell you, I was trying to reinvent the wheel and let me tell you, it does not work. So really go by the structure of what is out there and what your coach is teaching you because I promise you it works. And so, this is a few examples that take it to the phone. You have some people asking, okay, I'm curious, what is it that you do about, as a coach? And so for me, it's really, I'm going to take it to the phone. I'm going to ask them. And you can see in the 3 that it almost looks really similar on how I take it to the phone. I want to hear their health goals. I want to hear their why. I want to hear what it is that they want from this. You can't hear that through a message. You can't hear that over Messenger, over text message. You need to take it to the phone. And so, I really want to learn what they want from this, what their health goals are. What does a bigger life look like from them? So I'm going to take it to the phone. And I literally just say that. I say, I'd love to share with this what your health goals are and see if this is a fit. Because remember, this is not a one size fits all. It may not be a fit for them, and that's okay. We know that it's, really works for everyone. It is a fit for everyone, but some people don't feel that, and that's okay. And so, I want to see if it's a fit for what they're looking for and simply ask them, are you free to chat sometime today? Or give them specific times of when you're free. And I'm telling you 99.9% of the time, maybe 99.7% of the time, they say yes because they want to learn more, and then you'll get some people that say, I don't have time. I just want to text. Can you just text me the information? You guys don't text the information. Don't give out the information because let me tell you that won't create time freedom. You're going to be on your phone for hours trying to get all the information out and that's not building a relationship. So you really want to get them on a phone. And some people that say, I don't have time right now. You know what? That's okay. I'm around whenever you're ready, whenever you're free. Let me know. And I'd love to get on this call with you. And I'd love to show you this opportunity in this program. And that's it. But really taking it to the phone is super important, you guys. You don't want to do anything through message. And, if people are saying like they can't get on a call right now, you know what? That's okay. You know that they're going to come. It's just a timely matter of when they're going to come. They're going to keep watching you. They're going to keep, Facebook stalking your page and saying, okay, what is they're doing finally? And I'm telling you, they're going to say that they're finally going to reach out. Okay, I'm ready for that call. So as you can see through these examples, a simple way to take it to the phone. Super simple. Just saying, I'd love to hear what your goals are. I'd love to share this program, and I want to see if this is a fit for what you're looking for. When are you free to hop on? Simple, right? All right. And of course, there we go. All right. And lastly, you guys, the power of consistency. And you will see that, look at this. It tells you, it speaks for itself as far as being consistent on everything that you're doing, being consistent in Facebook and the power of social media is going to ripple. It's that ripple effect, you know, like we talk about with even weight loss. It's really going to be adding every month that you're doing something. The next month it's going to double, maybe triple, maybe quadruple, and so on and so on and so on. So stay consistent, because really the 3, 3, and 3 is where it's at. It's the way that you're going to grow your business if you are doing it with purpose and you're doing it with intention. So let me stop my share.
Michelle, keep that last slide up for me. Let me talk on that a little bit. So you guys, was that good or what? I mean, put an 8 in the chat group if Michelle just brought you some information, some motivation, inspiration, education that maybe look at that thing just blow up, man. This is so good. So this is why it's so important. Let me tell you guys a little bit of secret. Write this down, please. This business is very easy, in my opinion, very simple, in my opinion, to build to a world-class level so that we can go and change a tremendous amount of lives. And there's 3 areas. Look, it's still going. All these 8s are still coming in. It's very, very cool. So there's 3 things that I learned early on from my mentors, that if things were not going the way that I want them to, there's 1 to 3 reasons why. It's either my skills are off, my skills. I can get better with my skills. Why are we doing these boot camps? Because to get better with your skills, it just takes practice. So what if I was a basketball player and my coach said, well, why don't you come to practice? I want to become the best basketball player ever. And my coach says, okay, well, we need to work on your skills, but you're going to need to come to practice. And I was inconsistent on coming to practice, right? I just came whenever I felt like it, or if I didn't have a headache, or if, the cat didn't get its toenail run over, or, all these crazy things. So the way that we get better with our skills is we get on these trainings. We become part of these boot camps. Every single time we come with intentionality, wanting to get better. This is how you get better with your skills. The other thing is your actions. You can always make up for poor skills and what you do with your actions. If you double your actions, you will overcompensate for poor skills. Okay, so if I'm not very good with health assessments, as Emily and Don went through, then that just means I need to do more of them so that I can get better. So, and listen, we can show you the how, but what we cannot do is implant a why into you. That's got to come from deep down inside of you so that you actually do the work. Now, what we're going to teach you to do is to do it within structure so that we don't let all of these little thorns in our lives, these are things that happen in our lives, literally cheat us out of a huge opportunity. So these things that are going to continuously happen in your life, we're not going to allow those things to now stop our momentum and our action. We're going to teach you how to actually be a structured individual so that emotions aren't corrupting you. So that's the actions. The last thing is your concepts, the way that you think, your mindset. So we're going to help shape that. Why did I want to come back to the screen? So we're going to go over about 10 minutes. Are you guys okay with that? And then myself and some of the other leaders are going to stay on for another half an hour after that, just so we can answer questions and go even deeper into this, okay? So this, to me, is the most important slide of this whole 60 minutes, because everything that we do to be successful in this program has to do with consistency. Think about you as a client. If you started on our 5-in-1 program and you were consistent for 2 days, you were inconsistent for 3 days, and you tried to be consistent one day, but there was a barbecue that came up, so you're inconsistent the next day, what do you think is going to happen on that 7th day when you stand on the scale? Are you going to be elated, or are you going to be frustrated? Everything we do has to do with consistency. So Michelle just explained to you the 3x3x3. How do we become extremely successful in this business is we stay consistent. Where's my, I can't, oh, because Michelle's sharing the screen. So what we do in August really isn't even for August. It's for January. I want you to understand this concept. This might be a new philosophy for you guys, because we're going to take you out of an employee mindset of, if I do something today, I'm expecting results tomorrow. Okay, you are a business owner now. So your mindset is if I plant today, I might reap this harvest 4 months from now. Okay, if I plant today, I might reap this harvest 4 years from now. My very first call is I planted a seed in my mom. She did not come for 6 years. Okay, so everything that we do today, this 3x3x3 thing, is going to have what we call compounding interest. And it is going to grow and then grow and then grow and then grow and then grow. And what we do in August is going to carry over to September, and it's going to also carry over to October and November. And what we do in September is going to keep carrying over. This is a philosophical concept that I want you to understand before we get off of this call. Because if you treat this business like some of your clients treat their 5-in-1, they are going to be frustrated because their lack of consistency. They do not know how to work in structure. They let emotions and all these little things in their lives get them off track. And then it's like starting over day after day after day after day after day. And then they're sitting here 2 years from now wondering, why the hell has someone else grown an integrated presidential director business while I'm still stuck at manager? It's because you are inconsistent and you're not working in structure, and you let life dictate what you're going to do instead of you dictating what life is going to be. So very important, very important, very important. So let's talk about, Michelle, if you can unshare your screen, and I'll share my screen really fast. So let's talk about some of these action steps, and then we'll get you guys out of here, okay? So today we're going to go a little bit longer, as I said, but we really want to make sure you get this information. So some of you guys in the chat group are saying, what's this bootcamp? What's this bootcamp page you're talking about? Well, this is it. This is it right here. Why can I not make this bigger? So what I want you guys to do, please, is if you're already in this bootcamp, click on this thing called notifications right here. And I want you to click it to all posts. I want you to be notified by all posts because we're going to train you throughout the week. Can you guys see this? Michelle, am I sharing my screen? You can see this, okay? I'm seeing a whole bunch of blank stares. I think I just mind blown somebody by that power of consistency slide there. The other thing I want you to do is click on more, and on your page, it's going to say pin to shortcuts. Pin to shortcuts. So we want this to go on the top of your shortcuts for easy access. You guys see this, right? Please put an 8 or 9 in the chat group if you understand what I'm saying right now. I want to make sure that everyone understands this before we get off this call, primarily because when I get off these calls, I get about 115 messages asking me questions that we literally just covered. So I would prefer not to spend my day answering those questions today. So there, people are asking me, well, where do I get these before and after pictures? So if you scroll down, you'll see that we started a thread that has the new compliance statements for your before and after pictures, okay? So a lot of you guys probably don't even know, don't realize that we have new compliance statements that are out. So we have to update our before and after pictures. So what I would like for you to do is to be part of the family, be part of the team, and to post your new updated compliant picture in the threads with your story. Now, how I want your story to be is make it easy for us to post. So just like I posted here, Jamil lost 30 pounds. I didn't say I lost 30 pounds. I'm making it really easy for you. So Jamil lost 30 pounds in 5.5 weeks, blah, blah, blah. Some people's stories are still saying and it's going to make it harder for us to just take this story and now to put it onto our Facebook pages in the 3x3. So if y'all could update things like this, I was really fed up, and say Nikki was really fed up, things like that. It's just going to streamline the process. So please do that. So everyone, so the homework is this. Please build a new compliant before and after picture and post it within that thread. I would like to see 300 to 500 stories in that thread so that we can continuously post and do this 3x3x3 thing, okay? Please. The other thing is, for us, as I started out saying, for this to really work, then we're going to need to be a family. I'm going to need to draft off of you. Just think if we were geese that were flying in a formation in a V. What makes that strong is everyone, the lead geese is now kind of leading the way while all these other ones are drafting off of them. It's making their life really easy. But the lead now it's going to transition to the back and someone else is going to take the lead. So they are able to travel large distances, miles and miles and miles because of this formation and them working together. This is the same way that's going to take you right now as a brand new coach to executive director by the end of this month, by us working together. It's the same thing that's going to take you who's FIVC. We are going to global, okay? And everyone that's on this call, all 200 and something, is going to be on that ship, but we have to do it together. So this going to take teamwork within this team page, you understand? So when we post something like I'm about to do that says post your takeaways from this call, what's not helpful is to have 3 takeaways. What is helpful is to have 300. This makes sense. This is how you inspire me. This is how I'm going to see something that makes sense to you that didn't make sense to me. And all of a sudden, I'm going to get it. Don's going to post something that I didn't see it that way before. Seeing is believing. So this is how we work together. You guys okay with that? And the other thing is to become structured. Book out your calendar. This is so important. Okay, let your calendar dictate what you are doing and what times you're doing. This business is flexible, but it is not optional. So if I book out and I structure out my calendar to essentially, do my 3x3x3, but then my kids got sick and I was supposed to do that at 7 a.m., 7 to 8 a.m., but I had to take care of my daughter. It doesn't mean I don't do that for that day. It just means that I move that down to maybe 8 p.m. So it's optional, but it's flexible. I have flexible in my schedule, but it's not optional. It needs to get done. This is why you're going to hear us say DIA, do it anyway. You guys okay with that? And so this 3x3x3 thing, do it. It works. It's going to have compounding interest and your business is going to blow up. Now, if you want to go a little bit faster, you guys want to know secret, lean in a little bit. You want to know secret. So when I started as a coach and I figured out I could really speed this thing up by my action, and I'm asking folks, how long did it take you to go global? And they're telling me it took years and years and years and years. And I said, well, what are you doing? And they were kind of reaching out to like 5 people a day. I said, why the heck would I wait years to do that? Why don't I just double that? And so I did. So every single day, I didn't do a 3x3x3. I did like a 10x10x10. And we went global in like 10 months. See what I'm saying? So you can always speed up the trajectory based off of how fast you speed up your skills, your actions, and your mindset. So we'll dive into all that. So I want to thank you guys for being on. If you want to stick around for a bit, we are going to spend the next 20 to 30 minutes just diving into this a little bit more. If you want to, if you have questions, then we'll uncover those for you until probably 8:30 or so. So Michelle, we can stop this recording and then go on and answer questions for all those folks that might want to stick around and